Hi friends, it's Mrs. Sanchez. Hey, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit before we started our Mindful Monday about why we do this in the first place. It might have been a while since we've talked about this, or maybe you've forgotten completely, or maybe we've never had a discussion about this. So I wanted us to talk a little bit today about what it is that our brains do when we do mindfulness and when we come back to kind of a calm space. Now, we have different parts of our brain that are very active, and there's a part that's kind of our primitive brain that really gets triggered when we are in a crisis or something upsets us or something is really kind of frightening for us. And it is kind of a part of our brain that's the most primitive and not very evolved, and its primary job is for safety. Whenever something threatens it, it kind of sets off an alarm system, and its job is to keep us safe. But sometimes it's triggered a little bit too easily, and there isn't a real danger that we need to run from or be afraid of. And this is called our limbic system or our sympathetic system, and its job is like fight, flight, or freeze. And maybe we've talked about that before, but that's a part in our brain called the amygdala that it gets triggered when it thinks it's in danger. And so it's not thinking, it's just reacting in those moments. And so what we're trying to do is really quickly take ourselves from using that primitive brain to our more evolved and executive functioning brain, which is this part right here, our prefrontal cortex, which is in charge of all of our good thinking, decision making, all of the things that help us to really rationalize. So that's a little bit about our brains and why mindfulness is so powerful. Okay, so first of all, just find your mindfulness position and get really comfortable. And go ahead and just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And go ahead and let it out. And just do a little body scan and check in with yourself and notice when you take that deep breath, what just automatically happens within your body when you let it slow down. For me, it tends to just really relax me and gives me a moment of just pause where I'm not thinking, I'm not busy, I'm just really present. So I hope that's something that you notice as well. So the second thing that we're going to talk about today as we take in our breath is finding our source. And our source is going to be what gets us from that primitive brain and into our executive brain. So what do I mean by that? I mean, when you think of something, it automatically just calms you down or makes you feel good inside. It just brings this wash of good over you. And that's kind of your source. For a lot of people, it can be thinking about love, or if you have a strong faith in something or God, nature, family. There's lots of different things that might be your source, but I want you to think about what just calms you down or brings a sense of peace when you think about them. For me, it is my family, but it's also somewhere in nature, and that's usually got water and somewhere very peaceful, like by the ocean or in the sand. So for just a moment, take a deep breath, let it out, keep your eyes closed, and do another deep breath in and out while you think of this thing that is your source. And let it out again. Really notice where you're at as you think of that source, that place that just makes you feel calm and relaxed and cared for. And let's do that one more time. And let it all out. Good job. Okay, I want you to really think about this and notice what goes on inside your body when you really reconnect with those things in your life. And the other thing is that we can go here very quickly. So we can be really agitated and get to that source and calm space really quickly with just a few deep breaths. And that is why for so long I have been teaching you to do this, because if it's not easy and something we can do anywhere, any place, anytime, we're not likely to use it. So that's why I want you to practice it every day and to remember that it really works when we focus on just that deep breath and something that makes us feel good inside. So thanks so much for listening. It's good to see you all, and I will be back for one more Mindful Monday before the end of this school year. Can't believe we're at a close. So practice this week. Take care of one another, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.